I'm back. Shout out to one of my followers who told me that we lost the audio in part 2. So there were some things that I did actually want you all to hear me say that were important. I know I was showing you all the things that I bought, and that's cool to see without the audio. But there was part of it that was like actually informative. I think the audio went out. I was getting an incoming call, and I hope that's not like a regular thing. The audio will go out on the rest of your life when you're receiving an incoming call. But I was receiving the call when I was talking about the banana blossoms. So I think you all heard most of it. This is a great substitute for fish, and I can't wait to show you all cooking tutorials, which is the way in which I see my channel transitioning. Of course, I'm going to continue juicing, but I am going to start incorporating food at some point, and I would love to show you all how I do that and veganize all of the delicious things that I was eating before. So banana blossoms, this is great. And I've watched so many different cooking tutorials on how to veganize all of the things. Like I've probably watched 15 different videos on how to make vegan oxtails. I'm not even going to hold you. So I feel like I'm pretty well versed in making it delicious for y'all. So definitely do what I do, because I'm just going to take the best of what everybody else did and put it together. So yeah, so the banana blossoms are great for cooking fish, like fried fish, baked fish, whatever kind of fish you want to cook. So definitely going to use that. And I tried this brand. It's called Nature's Charm. I got a 6-pack. I feel like banana blossoms are expensive, but I guess it's more affordable than actually buying the real fish. After you drain it, it's 9 ounces in each can. And I bought 6 cans, and it was maybe like $25, $30, something like that. So what's 9 times 6? 54? Something like that, ounces of fish. So I guess that's good. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all in my cabinet what I buy. And this cabinet was like empty a few days ago. Empty. So really my whole kitchen was empty besides the, you know, the cookware and stuff. So this is like a huge deal, which I'll see behind me. And that be heard. Thank you so much for telling me that the audio went out. Please forgive me. I did not know. So I'm making it up to y'all by giving you the content that, is missed because the audio went out. So I already kind of unpacked the Amazon delivery, Amazon / Whole Foods delivery. But I want you all to kind of hear me go through a few things. I mean, most of the stuff is self-explanatory. And and then the ending, I'm going to talk more about my juicing experience with a little more detail. And that's the information that I really wanted y'all to hear. So that's why, we're doing this part 2. But so I'm going to turn my camera around so y'all can see, what's happening behind me. Hold on one second. Okay, so this bottom row, I went over that in a previous live besides these. This bottom row, I went to an Asian food market or a farmer's market, an Asian farmer's market, and I bought most of this stuff there. Even though it's an Asian farmer's market, they had a lot of Jamaican items too, seasoning sauces and stuff like that. And this I had already bought. This is turmeric and ginger. But when I go raw after this cleanse, I'm going to use this. These are noodles that you just soak in warm water and salt, and they're ready to eat. But they're beans and pea based. And I really only bought these because they didn't have the kelp noodles, which is what one of the vegan influencers suggested, but I did go back and buy some kelp noodles, still waiting on those to come in. And I got some quinoa because, you know, it's supposed to be alkaline. So I figured that it would be a good alternative to rice. But if I can't make red beans and rice or peas and rice Jamaican style with quinoa, then I'll just get rice. Got some seaweed and some stuff. And again, I talked about this in a previous video, but I wanted to go up here because this is what I bought from Whole Foods and Amazon. So the hearts of palm, and I don't even think I ever heard of it before I started watching like cooking tutorials. This is a lobster substitute. So you can make lobster rolls using hearts of palm, and with the right like Creole and Old Bay and things like that, those type of seasonings, it'll taste just like lobster. So again, everything that I'm talking about, I'm so excited to like do cooking tutorials about it for everything that I make, you know, when we get there. And of course, like the vegan cooking tutorials that I watched, they all had bay leaves and parsley, and some had the dill, like when you make vegan tuna and things like that. And of course, you know, everybody's using Himalayan salt. And I know I'm supposed to use real lemons, but you know, I'm not using these things for like 2 more weeks or so. So I'm not buying fresh fruits and vegetables right now because they're going to go bad by the time I need them. And then this is good if you're raw because you know, this is a soy substitute. If you like soy sauce, the coconut aminos, and coconut nectar is a sweetener, and it's like all natural. You know, it's really healthy for you. And so when I make my ramen bowls and things like that, I'll be using those. And of course, you know, cayenne pepper, fresh red peppers to give that kick. I really don't like paprika. I don't know why everybody uses paprika. Is it for the color or is it for the taste? Because I prefer chili powder or cayenne pepper for taste over paprika. And of course, the Asian recipes, they do rice vinegar and they do sesame seed oil. And then we have some Dijon mustard again for like recipes, like the tuna recipe that I'll make. And I'm super excited about my chopsticks. They're wooden, reusable chopsticks. And so, like I said, when I make a lot of my Asian dishes, I'll be able to like be all fancy and sophisticated with my wooden chopsticks. Aren't these beautiful? I found these on Amazon. So, super excited to use my chopsticks. I'm really going all out. I'm really going all out with this, you know, food transition. And it's like super exciting. Every day, even though I need to chill, I'm like buying a new thing or things for my you know, just to build up my kitchen. So I'm ready to make all these wonderful things. And oh, look how bare this is. This is so sad. And this is my like Jamaican area, I would say. So okay, so these two, the 1 and 2, wait, let me move this. So 1 and 2 I got from the Asian food market, and then the rest of these I got from Jamaica Valley, right? Yep, I got from Jamaica Valley, which is, you know, an online store, and they have really amazing Jamaican seasonings. This is chicken spice, then we got chicken seasoning, then we got jerk in the back, a vegetable seasoning, then we got all-purpose, we have, of course, curry, seafood seasoning, and oxtail seasoning. So super excited about those as well. Okay, so now let's get back to what I was talking about. Okay, so one of my subscribers on YouTube asked me kind of like a breakdown of like how much juice I drink and things like that. And And I think that that's really important to know because I think I may have left that out. So when I first started juicing, again, this is like Arden's Garden based. I've done juice cleanses before, and so I bought the super expensive juicer and bought all the produce, washed them, chopped them, juiced them, cleaned the juicer. Would do that every day, and it's draining and it's exhausting and it's not efficient. So with the way my life is set up right now, I'm heavy on the efficiency. So I was like, okay, so there's an Arden's Garden close by. I'm familiar with them. I've had Arden's Garden before, and I know that they do detoxes and they've done the Googles, right? So I was like, okay, so I am going to do a juice cleanse using Arden's Garden juices. And if you watch a previous video of mine, I did go out of town, like not this past weekend, but the weekend before last. And when I was in Destin, they didn't have Arden's Garden. Like I said, I just found out that they're, primarily in the Atlanta area. But I believe they're in Publix and Whole Foods as well. But so anyway, so I know for the detoxes they have set up, it's like between like 5 and 7 juices a day. So I was like, okay, originally I was going to do like their weight loss detox, but at the Arden's Garden location I went to, they didn't have all the juice. I think they were like missing 2 juices that were in their rollout for that particular detox. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get a half gallon of the multigreen juice. So that's what I did for like the first 20 days. I did a half gallon of the multigreen juice and then like a fruit juice. And that ranged from like the Hot Shot to Immunity Now, just any, and I would just switch it up just so I'm getting different vitamins from, different types of juices. And I realized that it was nearly impossible for me to drink all of that juice and still get a gallon of water in. And I noticed I wasn't really losing that much weight. I would lose like 0.2 or 0.3 pounds a day for like half the time. Like some days I would lose more, like one day I would lose like 0.2 pounds. One day it would be something bigger, like 0.7 to a pound. But I knew based off of like research and things, it should be a little more consistent than that. And most people were saying like it's the gallon of water. So, okay, so I was doing the half gallon of juice and a half gallon of vegetable juice and then the bottle like this of fruit juice a day. And then once I got to like day 21, I was like, okay, let me switch it up. Let me drink a half gallon of juice and one of these. And that way it'll be easier for me to get in a gallon of water a day. So I did that from like day 21 to day 40. And I still kind of noticed that it was still a struggle for me to get the gallon of water in. And also like just keeping it real, like it really saved like on the budget. Because I felt like I was spending, I don't know, it was like maybe $40 a day on juice or something like that. No, that's not real. Maybe like 30. I don't know. It felt like more than I needed. So when I got to day 40, I was like, okay, listen, my ultimate goal, period, is to get this gallon of water in. So I was like, let me cut back even more on the juice. Because I felt like by the time I'm at day 40, my body is so conditioned to the calorie deficiency that it was okay. I think in the first 20 days, it's important to get those juices in because your body isn't used to being in a calorie deficiency like that. So like a gradual decline, it actually worked out the way it was supposed to, is probably best. Okay, so I'm at day 40. So now every day I've been really hitting my mark about getting a gallon of water in. Besides on the vacation that I was on, because I drove down there. So I was like, I don't want to drink a lot of water and I'm driving, then I'll have to stop every 10 seconds. And then the next day I did a good job with water. And then the next day I was driving home. So I was like, let me go easy. But that did impede on my weight loss. I think I lost 0.4 pounds that whole weekend when I was losing a pound a day. So it just goes to show how major drinking water is to like any lifestyle, any diet, or anything you're doing. Make sure you get a gallon of water in if you really want to maximize the weight loss results and things like that. So